combat. People and animals are brought here from all over the Mediterranean to fight and to die. And it's within this crucible of empire, with all of its invasions and exploitations, that we see something we've never seen before. A new concept of evil and of darkness.
Rome was heavily guarded by thousands of soldiers who were garrisoned outside of the city walls. Near these military bases, archaeologists have found underground chambers like this one, dedicated to a Persian god named Mithras. These were sites of a secret cult, which became popular in the 1st century among Roman legionnaires who'd served on the eastern edges of the empire. 30 Mithras temples have been found across the former Roman world.
So this is the Mithraeum.
It's great. Benedetta Bessi teaches at John Cabot University in Rome and has studied the Mithras cult.
It's an exclusive cult. It was only open to initiated people.
So it's meant to be a real secret space that only allows certain people in.
Yes.
It's not welcoming everybody.
No.
Why was it so popular?
Mithra, in the original context, in Persia, was a divinity whose name was associated with the idea of loyalty and the idea of hope. So this is probably one of the elements that contributed to the popularity within the soldiers. The idea of loyalty was one, of course, very big in the military ideology.
Like Yahweh to the Jews, Mithras seems to have represented all that was good. So it's not surprising that, again, an opposing entity would represent all that was bad. Although details about the Mithras cult were sketchy, historians agree that for the cult's followers, the god's most important act was the slaying of a bull, which supposedly happened in a cave. This may explain why so many Mithras temples were built to resemble caves, and why there's evidence that this sacrificial act was recreated within these secret temple spaces.
So all of the soldiers that were a part of this cult were trying to destroy and vanquish evil, and the slaying of the bull is representative of that?
Yes. Yes.
And this, you think, is the altar
Yes.
right here?
This would be the altar, yes.
And maybe some bull sacrifice here, we don't know.
We don't know if they really brought an animal in and sacrificed it, or if the cult had already reached a level of symbolic action where they would just reenact the slaying.
Kill a chicken.
Yes, or maybe even drinking wine as a substitution of the blood.
That sounds a little bit like another religion.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and it is obvious that there are many, many similarities.
So you think there are similarities between the Mithras cult and Christianity?
Yes,
yesterday.
There is this sort of cosmic idea with, Jesus connected to the universe and the renewer of the universe, and we have a similar image for Mithra and his action.
So Mithras' actions vanquish evil, Jesus' actions vanquish
Yes.
evil, and there's this duality between
Yes.
good and evil, and
Yes.
those two things are very similar.
Yes, definitely.
In the 2nd century, when this Mithraeum was built, Christianity was itself still a cult and not widely accepted by Roman citizens. But the Mithras cult shared at least one thing with the new religion, a belief that good and evil were opposing forces.
I don't even know why they doing it like that.
The connection between the Mithras cult and Christianity goes beyond sharing similar ideologies. San Stefano Rotondo is one of the earliest Christian churches in Rome, and it's built directly on top of this Mithras temple.
So why do you think the Christian church was built on top of the Mithras cult site?
They want to make clear and visualize the fact that now Christianity is the strong religion, and at the same time also absorb part of the prestige attached to the older cult by using the same location.
Now what I do notice is the Mithras cult fails, whereas this religion, Christianity, thrives in the context of empire. Why? Why was it so popular?
Christianity didn't have any limitation for the social and economical status, and actually it was appealing even to the lower strata of the population.
Unlike the exclusive Mithras cult, Christianity was open to anyone. And from the 2nd to 3rd centuries, it spread like wildfire through the Mediterranean, creating a split between believers and non-believers. Us versus them.
That's crazy. Murder.
It was a strong echo of what had happened with early
Don't
Judaism.
believe in Christianity.
Christians also believed in one true God. Outsiders who didn't embrace Christian beliefs were dubbed heathens and became associated with evil. Early Christians, like the Jews before them, connected non-believers with polytheism. Over 3 or 4 centuries, these forbidden gods were combined into a single malevolent being, the devil. No one knows exactly when or where the iconic images we recognize as the devil first appeared, but menacing behaviors and physical traits were adopted from a variety of earlier gods. Features like the split hooves of the Greek god Pan, the horns of both Pan and the storm god Baal, the pitchfork of the Roman deity Neptune, and the forked tail of the Egyptian god Set. All features embodied in the modern image of pure evil, Satan.